It had been a year since I left. No message, no note, no explanation. I just disappeared. Some would call that cruel, but when your heart's been crushed under the weight of betrayal, you don't think in terms of kindness. You think in terms of survival. I thought I had buried that chapter, locked it in a box, thrown away the key. But the past has a funny way of catching up, especially when it wears the same perfume, says your name in that same familiar voice, and shows up when you least expect it. The day she found me, I was just grabbing coffee. Same place, same time, every morning. It was routine, until it wasn't. I felt her presence before I saw her, like a ghost. I turned, and there she was. The woman who once promised to love me forever. The woman who broke me anyway. She froze. She looked older somehow. Not in a bad way, just worn. Like life had been rough since I left. I should have felt satisfaction. I should have felt vindicated. But all I felt was cold. "Hi," she said. Just that, like nothing had happened. Like she hadn't set fire to everything we built. I didn't reply. She took a step closer. "Can we talk?" I stared at her. This wasn't supposed to happen. She was supposed to move on, forget me, like I was never real. Instead, she was standing in front of me with eyes full of something, regret, or just fear of being alone. My voice came out lower than I expected. "Why now?" She blinked, looked down at her hands. "I couldn't stop thinking about you, about what I did." I clenched my jaw. It wasn't anger. It was everything else. A kind of pain that simmers in silence. I had lived in that silence for a year. The betrayal hadn't come in a loud crashing moment. No shouting, no hotel rooms, just whispers, little lies, too many late nights, and one message she forgot to delete. I still remember the words. "I miss you already." Last night was perfect. My heart cracked like glass underfoot. That was the night I walked out. I didn't confront her, didn't yell, didn't give her the satisfaction of knowing how deeply she had cut me. I just disappeared. And now here she was, trying to bring closure to a wound she had caused. "I made a mistake," she whispered. I almost laughed. Mistake? No. Mistakes are forgetting your keys, not falling into someone else's bed, while I was out working 2 jobs to give us the life we dreamed of. "What do you want?" I asked. She looked up, eyes wide, pleading. "I want to talk. I want you to hear me. Please." I didn't owe her anything. Not anymore. But part of me wanted to hear it. Maybe not for her. Maybe for me. I nodded toward the sidewalk. "Walk with me." We didn't speak at first, just the sound of traffic and footsteps between us. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she started. I stayed quiet. I felt lost, alone. "You were always busy, always tired." I just wanted to feel seen. There it was, the justification, the excuse, dressed as an explanation. I had replayed this conversation in my head 1,000 times, and it still stung. "I was building our life," I said. "I was killing myself for us." She stopped walking. "I know. I see that now. I didn't back then." Her voice cracked, and for a moment I believed her. I believed the pain in her eyes. But it didn't matter. "You didn't just break my trust," I said. "You broke me." Tears welled in her eyes. "I'm sorry." I nodded. "I believe you. But sorry doesn't fix things. Sorry doesn't undo the nights I sat alone, wondering what I did wrong." "I wasn't trying to replace you," she said. "It was a moment. A stupid, weak moment. That moment destroyed us," I replied. Silence. She reached into her pocket, pulled out a letter. "I wrote this a month ago. Couldn't find the courage to send it." I took it. Didn't read it. Just held it. "I'm not here to get you back," she said finally. "I just needed you to know that you mattered, that you still do." And then she stepped back, waiting, maybe hoping I'd say something, reach out, invite her back in. But I couldn't, because love doesn't survive betrayal. Not always. Sometimes it just dies quietly. I looked at her one last time. "Take care of yourself." Her face broke, but she didn't fight it. She nodded, and she walked away. This time, I watched her go. No anger, no pain, just peace. Closure doesn't always come in the form of a second chance. Sometimes it's knowing you were strong enough to leave and wise enough not to return. I walked home that day lighter than I had been in months. Not because I forgave her, but because I finally forgave myself.